Got marks up on the fifth bowlers, and here we go. Careful how we rustle the microphone. I will be right back.
Paul Green along with Greg Gouillart, Bob Lee on Candlepin Bowling Network, the Friday Night Pro League Game of the Week. And we'll talk to Mr. Bob Lee, executive producer at Candlepin Bowling Network. Bob, you're saying, we're talking about CBN, the live streaming started by Frank DeLuca. Does a great job, obviously, and Mike Machichi as well.
Well, that's right. And they'd been there, but it had died down around by 2019, 2020. We needed a presence. The people wanted to watch the show. They didn't want to give up on the sport. And Frank had little kids, and he still does put on a better production than I've ever figured out how to do. I think he spent $10,000 on his equipment.
He's a genius.
Yeah, he's a
real Dowd too.
Real pioneer. But what we've done is Richard Gingras gets ready for his first ball, leaves that one right, and takes 4. Boudreau comes in the lefty on the left-hand side. That was on a spare 7 fill. 59 through 4 complete. Spare bid. Left of the head pin. Tricky triangle. Nope. That's not where it was. Gingras takes 10. In the fifth, that's going to be a 59.5. Jonathan Boudreau finds it on the third one. He's at 69. Right?
Yeah, great job. I said Frank DeLuca and Brendan O'Dowd, just two great guys and two pioneers in the game of the streaming era and the technology. Do a great job.
And then, with centers closing all around, Gingras throws his first ball in the sixth and shaking the 7 holds with a barn door in front of it. How about that one? A full ball strike. You worried about that being a split, but instead it was a quick one. I think 9 of the 10 pins ended up in the pit on that one.
79 plus 2 through 6 for Jonathan Boudreau. 79 plus 2 through 6 in the second of 3 from CPL.
And Gingras.
10, 69 through 6. Back to Bob Lee.
That was for spare.
I'm sorry, spare.
Yep. And so, but where things really started to take off was in that post-COVID when we had that U.S. Invitational, and I'd been invited to cover it, but I couldn't do it alone. I was really struggling health-wise. Moose DeAlmeida.
Coming for a stroke.
Yeah, that's right. In August, it was November. I'd recovered. At least I wasn't falling over. But Pelletier brings that one in, and he throws that one right over the 4-pin on the right side. Comes in left to right. DeAlmeida, oh, pretty. He takes care of the bundle of 5. Was on the wrong camera there for a second.
Pelletier spared a match.
And that's when, Paul, I called you in to help, and you blew a few gaskets in your voice, but we had a hell of a time. Josh Daly winning the Triple Crown.
That was awesome.
For Price's Wood Flooring. And that was the beginning, real beginning of the network, per se. And we've tried to bring in, we've got over a half a dozen announcers have brought things in. But I don't think it's time to get back to the Pro League. We're all about the pro bowling. Let's not talk about our past histories.
All right. Pelletier 7 in the spare. 66 half. Joe Moose 50 half. That was filler time, Bob. Got to give Bob Lee the love. Does a lot of hard work. A lot of hours, countless hours behind the scenes doing video production. A lot of research. Pelletier for another one. Got it! What a shot for a spare.
From the heavens.
Pounds the 10-pin.
It gains 3 pins immediately.
76 and a ball through 6.
Moose did break up that head pin drought, but there we go. 5 fill, 7 box.
48-pin lead in the second of 3 for Exeter Lanes. 34-pin lead in the match.
I don't think Exeter liked losing that first game.
Yeah, it's coming out now.
Who does? Billy Shiner, senior, breaks the half Worcester somehow. 1, 2, 4, 6, 10 right. Surette 5-10, no wood, no luck.
It must be an anti-lanes and games effect. I think the pin is just slamming hard into the pin center and just crashing into the pins from above. Rather than lanes and games, the old house in Cambridge, where they would just float into oblivion because the Jane pin setters where nothing was up there.
Jeff trying to slice and dice that 5 and the 10, just missed by a smidge. Shauna on the object pin, won't carry. 8 box, 49.5. Surette matches with an 8.57.5. Halfway point of the match. Exeter trying to make it 2 points apiece. The number 1 seed, the number 9 seed, Central 1 on Candlepin Bowling Network.
Hmm.
6 and 9 for Shiner.
Good ball. Crossed over a bit.
Surette back in the pocket. Strike! 67 plus 2 through 6.
So good.
Shiner picks it up. Spare. 59 of the ball through 6. The marks are 4-3 for Exeter.
Yep, so the pinfall should be pretty firmly in their camp at the current moment. Overall in the string 14-7, overall in the match 32-26.
And can we tell this? You can't tell what the strike for the markers, right, on the screen?
Say again?
The yellow markers are marked, but it doesn't tell strike or spare, correct?
That's correct. It tells doubles apart, but it doesn't tell bears or strikes apart. That's a question of a few pins, but it could matter.
Logan Gingras on the pocket. 6 right, 2-4-7 left. Dave Barber red hot, 54 through 4. Skip robs it. He's got the opposite side, 3-1 split. 2 left, 3-6-10 right. Mirror image. Logan just missed left, 2 and the 6.
Though Dave's got parallel pins on his.
Trying to kick over 1 of the 3. Good bid.
I was wondering if he was going to leverage the wood somehow.
Logan field goal for an 8. 42.5. Dave Barber an 8. 62.5. The lead is 48 in the string still, 34 in the match. For Exeter.
There is a pinning gap opening up in this string and match overall. 13 pins in favor of Exeter in terms of pins left standing, 14 overall in the match.
Gingras with a diamond. Barber in the pocket. Try to break up the right side. No. These are the wiggling 6, 2-4-7 left. Second string of 3. Gingras takes 2 of the 4, leaving up the 2 and the 5. Barber, good offer, not accepted. Logan cashes in for a 10. 52.5 now. It's 42. Take that 52 through 6. And 9 for Barber. He is at 71 through 6. Anchor Bowl's coming up, and we'll get an update from Greg Gouillart.
We have, let's see, marks are still 4-3 in favor of Exeter right now, so highest string going at the current moment would probably be Boudreau's at this point, I would say. 4 marks to 3. Outstanding.
Both balls on spares. JT first, 8. 55 through 4. 4-7, spare chance.
Lyonnais not on a spare, excuse me.
Okay, so make that not on a spare. Maybe after this ball. Boisvert crossing over, strike bid 9. That's a spare, Phil. 47 through 4.
Incidentally, I'm allowed 3 of those mistakes.
And like I said, JT is fair.
Good shot.
We're covering for you, Greg. Not easy doing your thing. Leave you off the air if I was running it. Boisvert, right on it. Back to back. 57.5 plus 1.
19 and another. That's 3 19 boxes for Exeter right now.
JT crossing over 6. 8 left, 3-6-10 right. Boisvert lining up over the channel. Just missed the pocket, has a post. 5 in the fill, 62.5. JT missed right. 3 right, 8 left. For 3 in a row, just missed. JT a 9. 72 through 6 in the second of 3. Boisvert grabs one for 9, 71 through 6. Back to the top of the order. And a station identification from Greg Gouillart.
So right now it's a pinning gap opening up for Exeter, which is in Exeter's favor, which is part of the reason we have the lead so big at the current moment. Otherwise, I'd say it's pretty much the mark differential at this point. 7 extra marks for Exeter.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification.
This is Candlepin Bowling Network on Facebook and YouTube. Please like and follow on Facebook and subscribe on YouTube so that you're always in the know about our future matches. Candlepin Bowling Network. Everywhere, Massachusetts.
Maine, New Hampshire, Moncton, New Brunswick, Canada.
There too.
In Australia, Greg Packer from Australia watching. We get Gary Renard from Texas. We have Stephen Munn watching. A lot of viewers from Halifax, Nova Scotia watching. Back to live action, top of the order. 4 in the fill. First ball on the strike, and Gingras rare 1 on the spare, 70 through 6. Second ball on the strike for Boudreau. Caught the head pin.
Roll.
And ends up with a 7 fill, 86 through 6. 3, 6 to 9 beyond the 3 with a plank. Gingras, that's the shot he wanted in the first ball, 5 and 10. Jonathan grabs 2 for 9. 95 through 7. Richard Gingras Jr. 9. 79 through 7. You know, Richard's never bowled in anything like this. 2 years ago, he joined the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour Class A Northern Conference and had a rude awakening against Josh Dilly, Jonathan Woodchill, and Chris Winnie as the Wizard All World. And 2 and 40 as Boudreau, a strike, crushed it. And now he's made the playoffs last year and in the running again this year. On a match, Boudreau strike, 6.
So remember, Central 1 also had a 2-6 defeat after winning only the first string last week. Let's see if they can go more of the distance this time around.
Nice bid, won't go. He joined a league with his sister in junior high school. Joined league shortly after high school in 1984. And nice 10 shot, pretty shot.
That's the 6-7. Hello.
Rich has a high single of 180, a high triple 454, high 5, 624 out of extra lanes. Shooter Sports Club, Exeter, New Hampshire.
Boudreau has 5 marks and Pelletier has 4.
On a spare, 9, 10, strike, another mark.
I mean 5.
Moose in the pocket, 6, a check mark. Eric Pelletier, 86 through 6, 96 plus 2 through 7. Moose left.
Pulled it. Just left out of the hand.
2 in the 5. 36-year-old, another July birthday boy, 10. 67 through 7. It's all extra lanes here in the second.
Big time.
71 in the string, 57 in the match. Joe from Medford, Mass, originally Peabody, Mass. 109 is career high average for a season. A post, well, -1. Full horseman, first ball in the strike for Eric.
He was dismayed at first, but he'll like that.
DeAlmeida for strike 9. 9-pin stands.
Moose is finding the groove. That's interesting.
Joe's high single, 162. Pelletier, another mark. Wraps around the 6.
Good sticks, though.
9 on the fill, 105 through 7. So no magic 106.7 plug.
Single missed.
Eric, 9, 114 through 8. And Moose wasn't there, 9, 76 through 8 from CPL, Central Park Lanes, East Boston, Massachusetts.
Maybe not the heater I suppose it was. Exeter Lane's on a tear.
Old-fashioned 22 wooden lanes, 2 levels. Surette on a strike, trying to level the pins. 1, 2, 4, spare opportunity. Billy Shiner Sr. on lane 15, the blue shirt on a spare. He delivers 7, 66 through 6. Surette for another one. He's got it. Spare on strike. 77 through 6, 87 the ball through 7. Shiner got 2, not the 4.
Rolling the wrong way.
$10, 76-7. Billy's from Auburn, Massachusetts. Greg, that sounds familiar, Auburn, Mass.
That sounds cool.
Mattapan, Mass, originally, a section of Boston originally. It's a 113 league bowler, 116 is best season any average, 181 high single. Surette on the spare, 8 more, 95-7. Shiner crossing over, 9 and 10. V-shaped wood. Front of the mark. He got it. 105 and a ball through 8.
His fifth mark.
Who is this guy? Shiner can't go to the 10.
Possibly lower on that wood. Could have taken it. Instead, it just spun out.
Billy pulls on Bryant's and Millis, Mass. For his league, it's 9 box, 85-8. It's a romp here in the second. Extra lanes.
Honestly,
So no mercy after losing that first by 14.
Shiner's had a fairly solid string. 6 headpin hits out of 8, and 3 of them have been splits, and 3 have been bona fide leads, of which he's converted 2.
When I first covered Logan Gingras against Corey Lisi, Atlantic Candlepin single straight at 105 average. It's up around 112, 113 right now in just about 2 years. Jay Barber on the right.
His third straight split.
3-5-10. Got it, spare.
But the most gettable of the 3 still need to be good.
81 the ball through 7. Triangle for Gingras. Too far right. Logan started when he was bowling at the age of 7, joined his first league at 16 with his father here, Richard Gingras Jr., subbing in tonight. In New Market, New Hampshire at K&G Sports Bar. He gets a 9, 61 through 7.
Couple of 400 watches, I suppose, at this early stage would be with Eric Pelletier and Jeff Surette. They're 53 over, and Jeff Surette is 55 over. Richard Gingras is 51 over, incidentally.
Dave's Phil is 5 in the Clip Wing Eagle, 86 through 7. Logan, another triangle. This time 3-5-6.
Spin. Wow. Okay. Make that 4 split straight.
Logan this time gets it for a spare. 71 a ball through 8. Barber in 8. 94 through 8. Anchors away. JT 72, Chris 71 through 6. Both open. 96 pin lead in the string for Exeter. Trying to make it 2 points apiece. Uphill battle for Central 1, down 82 in the match.
It's lopsided, but of course if Central 1 can find their form from string 1, they can still cut the deficit, and they could. It's still possible to take 6-2, even though the string is very much away from them.
With a mid-60 lead early in that first string. JT 4-7, 9-10, half was to right for Boisvert for Merrimack, New Hampshire.
Lyonnais has gotten 4 splits to go with his backdoor strike.
Good second ball, 4 left, 6-10 right. He's had 2 200s in his career. JT good bid, leads up to 4-7. Chris high triple 491, high 5, 735. Part of the 2016 World Championship with Lucky Strike. 8 box, 79 through 7. JT at 10, 82 through 7 on Candlepin Bowling Network. 2 marks to 1 favors Exeter.
Yep. 2 sticks gained, but that's still an 11-pin pinning advantage for Exeter overall in the match.
A lot of Easter Classic titles on Exeter's side.
Yeah.
2 for Chris Boisvert. He's also an ICPA singles champ. Bowled the year in 2001. Multiple Hampshire state titles as well.
Whoa.
JT 9, triangle for Boisvert. Boisvert has the high record house triple at Lakeside Lanes, Manchester, New Hampshire, 491. for a spare. He has it.
Phew, I was worried about that wood.
89 in the ball through 8.
That's why I was all up in your business. I was trying to get a look at that.
JT sails right. JT from East Free Mass his whole life. 30-year-older. 9 box. 91 through 8. Back to the top. He got it unofficially as Greg checks the official scores. Right now it's 95 in the string, 81 in the match for Exeter. We'll bring in Bob Lee. Hello, Bob Lee.
Well, hell, hey, Paul. This is the Exeter that we've been watching all season. They really came. Central 1 put up a 600 game in the first. They looked like they were motivated to be playing one of the top teams, and they're going to have that bullseye on the back wherever they go. But they're showing what they can do with it.
Gingras 89 through 8 open. 7-10 pulls to 10 goes. 7-10 for a spare. Jonathan Boudreau, red hot, 105 plus 2. First ball on the strike, 4-7-8. Gingras spare. 99 in the ball through 9. Jonathan, good bid for the spare and strike. 8, 2 in the 5 stand. 113 through 8. Jonathan 9, 122 through 9. He has a 200 game to his credit, did an extra lanes in 2017. 131 his best season inning average. High triple also 491. High 5, 746. Lucky Strike World Championship Team 2016 as Gingras 8 on the spare, 107 through 9. Boudreau back in the pocket, 6-9 right, 7 left. So we can spin that wood around. Gingras.
Ooh.
Nothing wrong with that shot. Wood got in the way.
Full, I guess, but it's harsh to say, to your point.
Jonathan to try there. Jonathan has 6 pro titles and Bowl of the Year twice. Also runner-up twice.
Referring to Pro Series regular season points. Jimbo Ayotte currently defending that and playoff champion.
And Bob Wickham won it the year before, and he was injured most of last year because he really couldn't participate. He's trying to come back soon. Both with 10 boxes. Richard 117 second string, 259 subbing in tonight. Jonathan Boudreau 132 second string. What did John have in the first, Jonathan?
Just checking. All scores are confirmed. Jonathan had a 110, so running 242.
Okay, commanding lead for Exeter, obviously. Going to take it the next 2 points and make it 2 points apiece. Moose. Another bundle of 5. Pelletier, check mark left plus the 10.
Again, Moose has solved the headpin range.
Eric's 114 through 8. Moose 76 through 8. Try to steal it.
Ooh.
Missed the 3. Pelletier, what a bid.
Criminy.
Moose a 9.
Maybe could have considered trampolining the wood, but
85. Sorry, Greg.
very hard to argue with that shot placement for Pelletier.
85 through 9 for Moose. Eric Pelletier, another good string. 124 through 9. Head pin it, 8. Pelletier off to left, 5.
Blanks should take this one. Moose gets it. DeAlmeida has a second spare, and he will go 11. Pelletier lets that one get away, 110. But guarantees 130. Something. 8 box, 132, and a 2-string total of 251.
Not too shabby.
to say the least. 5-9-10.
Moves 7 fill into a 102 second string. That's 232 after 130 first.
Mm-hmm.
And back to earth here in the second. He was brilliant that first string. We're going to be tied 2 points apiece, not official yet. $6 to go. One more string after this on Candlepin Bowling Network's Friday Night Pro League Game of the Week. Where Shiner Senior delivers 8.
A lot of oomph in that ball. Good shot.
Surette's on a spare, crossing over. He gets 7. 3 middle right, 5 left, 10 right corner. 112 through 8. Shiner for a spare. Got it.
Holy smoke. Slammed that one down.
95 in the ball through 9. Surette for another one. Oh, the violent bull slides
Really?
across, left to right. Missed the 5. Could not orchestrate that spare. Puts it down for a 10. 122 through 9. He had a 130, was it in the first string?
140. No, 130.
Numbers get stuck in my brain somehow. I don't know why. I'm usually pretty good with numbers, nothing else.
That's handy.
Sometimes. Debatable. Shiner only 2 on the spare. 97 through 9. Surette back in the pocket. 9. Tailor-made spare leave.
The second plank can mess it up.
Oh, that wood slid in front can still get. Try to go to the right. He goes right through it, the bulldozer style. 132 in a ball in the 10th. Second string, 130 or better.
Now he's got a chance at 140.
He's been terrific, especially on the road this year, averaging over 124 on the road.
That puts Surette lopsidedly closest for 400 at this point.
Shiner, nice out.
Whoa.
189 for a 10.
189.
107 second string. 97 the first, 204 for 2. Surette wrapping up the second. Still rolling, still moving. Settles for a 5 on the fill. How about a 137 second string? 267. 400 alert. 133 to get to 400. Trying to get his first one of the season.
My goodness. So Central 1 just got to 600, and Exeter's going to blow past this one.
Jeff knocking the door early this season is a 389 so far. Logan Gingras on a spare. The only one for his team. Central 1, 71 the ball. That's 7. Make it 78 through 8. Dave Barber on the head pin. 8-10 split. 94 through 8 coming in. Gingras just missed the head pin. Barber trying to kick it over. Nothing doing.
It was Billy you saw holding his head there, but he really didn't have that bad a string, I suppose.
Logan 10. 101 through 9. Excuse me. 88 through 9. Make that. And Dave Barber in 9 box. 103 through 9.
Five straight splits for Barber.
Sorry, Greg. Dave Barber's a high single at 208. High triple 475 and a high 5 771. Gingras 4 horsemen plus the 7-8. Barber 2-1 split. There you go.
6 straight.
Another splitting headache.
That's going to get old real quick for him.
Gingras trying to pull it off. Missed right.
Good pins.
1 on the 8. Barber trying to get to the 4. Slams the brakes.
It's so tough to get even a 10 box out of those splits as well.
Logan gets to 10. 98. 98. Second string. Dave Barber, was that 10?
Yep, sure was. 113.
And what did he have in the first, Logan?
So Logan had a 109, so he's currently running 207. Barber was 113 plus a 121, brings it to 234.
All right, 2 boxes to go, and Chris Boisvert's on a spare to add to the lead. JT, 1-8-10. 91 through 8 coming in. Chris, 89 of the ball. A spare in lane 15. Smooth ball right in the pocket. Strike on spare. 99 through 8, 109 plus 2 in the ninth. JT spare. 101 on the ball in the ninth.
When the string is this much of a blowout, the big question is how high will it go? 3 130s from Exeter, and Boisvert is probable to go over that mark.
Their team is scary. JT off to the right, trying to get some action. Back door, 5.
Actually, not probable just yet. I'm just realizing. One more mark he could.
106 through 9 for JT. Boisvert on a strike on lane 15. Back in the pocket, a diamond. JT, tough lead, got wood to help. Missed the head pin, 147. Trying to get to 116. Second ball on the strike for Chris. 8 on the strike, 117 through 9, trying to get to 127, going into the final string of the match. JT all 3 for a 10, 116 second string. Greg will give the update on the scores afterwards. Boisvert 9, 126 second string. 1 string left, tied 2 points apiece. Exeter wins the second by 100, up 86 in the match. Paul Grant, Greg Gouillart, Bob Lee on Candlepin Bowling Network. Friday Night Pro League Game of the Week from Central Park Lanes, East Boston, Massachusetts. Thanks for being with us.
One more string coming up, so Exeter wins 2 match points for winning the second string, 2 more for the final string, and 2 more for total, so still a 6-2 on the table for one team or the other. Final marks in that string were 23-13 for Exeter, and there were 7 pins in hand in terms of pinning, as Bob goes for a walk. I'll switch the camera.
Central won. Exeter were Angry Birds in that second string, lost that first. Rallied from 65 or 66 down to lose by 14, and boy, they punished in that second string. 640, what a performance.
Angry Birds,
JT,
that's a reference.
Fire his team up. I never know what I know of it. I've never played the game before, but I like nice birds. Jonathan Boudreau, 5, 9, 10, left to right, starting the final string of the match.
I'm sure the green pigs would appreciate it more.
Richard Gingras Jr. have a fine night. 1-7-10. Boudreau trying to kick it over. He got it! Ooh. What a shot! Spare! How about that?
Just toppled the 9 into the 10. Beautiful.
Richard doinks it, nothing doing. Exeter trying to go 6 points to 2 with a win in the string. Greg will put the scores, the standings up, or go over the standings here later on too, before we sign off. Gingras grabs 2 for a 9 to start his final string.
I mean, in terms of what separates a good bowler from a great, shots like that must surely fit the bill, one would think.
Richard subbing in for Peter Penney tonight, the captain of the team, not here tonight. Richard's done quite fine for himself, Greg. Boudreau, 9, 10, strike!
An apt reward.
Gingras 6.
Spare strike. Oh, it was the spare. Strike on spare. Yeah.
So Jonathan 20 through 1, 30 plus 2 through 2. Gingras Jr. 1 and the 6.
How did the 10 go down? Huh.
8, 17 through 2. The Angry Birds dominate that second string, 640 to 540, after losing 600 to 586. Already up 13 in the string, and Jonathan Boudreau on a strike next. Second bowl is a 5. Eric Pelletier, veteran bowler. Son of Norm and Kim. 1-3-6. Moose in the pocket of diamond.
Have you ever seen a moose hop? But DeAlmeida's got that little step in his delivery, that little hop step.
There's a teddy bear inside. Moose on the outside, he says.
Yeah.
It's 2.
That was a good look on it from that side camera. It's that second and third step, really, that does it.
Pelletier, head pin for an 8. Moose, 10. Let's bring in Bob Lee for an update.
Hey, Paul. I've been enjoying sliding back and forth between our get our front side view. See Eric Pelletier on the head pin. 2-1 reward. About 40% of head pins turn into splits in the candlepin game, depending on your house. But there's no justice in an individual box, as we say in candlepin. Spare bid now. Pelletier. Put a little extra mustard on that one. See, we see the hop. There it is, the hop step. And Moose still has 5 pins for his third ball coming up. And we'll take 7.
Eric at 10, 18 through 2, Moose 17 through 2.
Shots do go here at Central Park Lanes. It's a difficult house. But you see the big shot Boudreau made earlier in the great bid Pelletier put in it. Remember, Pelletier made a ridiculous 2-3 split, albeit on the third ball as well. A clipped wing eagle.
Trying to give Bob Lee some love here.
Of course. You can't not, our executive producer.
I know. Don't mess with Bob. Surette, nice shots, fair. Would Dave Barber make a shot like that?
He made the first one and missed he missed the first one and made the second.
Ten for Shiner, senior. Dave Barber up for the KK double strike when he's up next.
Surette still building right here. He's got 8 more on that, and Surette can now pin out 375. Keep an eye on that. So 4 more marks probably, but 3 at the minimum to get to that vaunted triple total. He's got a good leave. Gone. Again.
28 in a ball through 2 here in the third and final string of the match. Shiner right on, spare. 20 in a ball through 2. For a 120 league bowler, according to Bob Lee's research on Candlepin Bowling Network, the average professional 120 bowler gets about 3.1 spares per string, 0.9 strikes. Now, if that's changed enough, that's what we had recently.
So 4 marks is string in effect?
Yeah.
Well, for reference, Exeter had 23. You would expect 20 by that metric in string 2.
Logan half Worcester. Dave Barber, bundle of 5. Hit the object, can't get to the 7-8.
I guess it wasn't a split technically on the plus side.
Gingras trying to work out of it, goes left, 1-8, 6-10 right. You see this leave a lot, rarely goes with that wood. As Barber gets a 9 to start his final string.
By the way, when Central 1 hit 600 on the dot, they had 19 marks. Oh.
Logan a tough 6. Last year's #1 seed, the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour Class B, now in Class A, in playoff contention right now. Beating his father in the standings as well. And talk about being father-son rivalry. His father bowled in the league and went on vacation to Florida one week, and he always put money in the jackpot. Logan came in, got a triple strike, won about $2,000, and didn't give his father a penny. So they always tease each other about that all the time. Nice shot, spare.
Pick that split up.
19 the ball through 2 for Barber.
So Gingras is going to get a 9 box out of this. An interesting stat on the pinning, basically. They're basically both teams are losing about a pin per markless frame. Actually, third ball coming up now. That was a miss and a 10. So the reason Exeter really has 15 pins in hand is really because they have so many more marks right now. 46 to 33, 13 extra marks. And they have 15 extra pins, really. So really the pinning rate of both teams is quite good here. Just Exeter is making so many good shots.
Pouring it on here early in the third, up 25 in the string, a triple-digit lead in the match. They have 3 hits to 1 in their favor also. The hits keep on coming. Sounds like a radio commercial for the American Top 40.
Our station identification is so confused, but you know where you are. You're on Candlepin Bowling Network on Facebook and YouTube.
Okay, at 136, JT 1-8-10, starting their final string. JT on 15, lane 16, Chris Boisvert. Number 1 seed.
By the way, please like the video wherever you are. Just hit that thumbs up button so that more people can watch this match or perhaps discover this great game of candlepin bowling.
Good hit by JT. Boisvert at 10. JT at 10. My one and only promo this holiday season. It's Candlepin gift card time. Don't forget a good stocking stuffer.
Yes.
Help your local bowling centers. Invest in Candlepin bowling. Great way to get friends and family involved. You see relationships, marriages in Candlepin bowling. Lifelong friends. A great sport for all ages. People in the hundreds bowl, 90s, 80s bowl.
If I remember, Brighton, it's American Flatbread, not Flatbread Company, had a wedding on the lanes.
Yep. Boisvert delivers 9 pin for a spare. JT looking at a check mark, 4, 7, 8, and 10. Got 3 pieces on the wood on the deck, maybe make it 4.
And the best way for gift cards, just ask your local proprietor if they have any deals going if you're looking for holiday gift ideas. I guess that's the best advice, pretty much.
It's for any occasion, too. Birthdays, holidays, anniversaries, graduations, any occasion. A thank you gift. Boisvert spare.
So if you're in the giving mood, keep your center in mind.
JT won't go. Candlepin gift cards this holiday season, all season long. The gift that keeps on giving.
I'm trying to figure out, that probably was the best piece of wood for JT to play. It just didn't work out.
Ends up with a 10, 20 through 2.
A lot of 10s on the Central one side. They are pinning well, probably better. No, they're pinning losing about a pin per markless frame. Here's the lineup. Sorry about that. 6 marks to 1 for Exeter. They are indeed dumping it on at the current moment. Remember, Jeff Surette is furthest along, able to pin out 375 even if he got a 0 fill somehow, but pinned out perfectly. But point being, a few more marks and he could be on his way to 400.
Every Friday night, the Friday Night Pro League game of the week on Candlepin Bowling Network. Next Friday night, we'll have a match to deliver. We don't know what it's going to be yet, pending approval. We always ask the visiting team, the home team, for their permission. Some locations, due to Wi-Fi, we can't cover it. Some space restrictions. So we'll narrow it down and put it up during the week.
Remember, a few hours ago, the top 2 for Central 1 really poured it on. They really need to start that now.
That helps. 9. Richard Gingras Jr. Must have heard you, Greg. We're drawing a strike. First ball is 9.
No, I hope no one does. No one needs that.
Clean shot at the 6 for a spare. Missed it. Boudreau's turn for the 7. Spare.
Trickiest for the
strike.
lefty.
Spare, strike, spare. 40 through 2. 15 a ball through 3. Gingras keeps the 9 box. 26 through 3.
Sorry to step on that call, Paul. Spare, strike, spare for Boudreau. That was the same sequence Gingras had in the first string to start his string.
Strike bid 9 again.
Got the first ball solved.
Deja vu. Boudreau hooks right. Breaks to the half. Worcester somehow gets 5.
That's the 1, 5, 6, 7, 10. Good luck with that.
He's got wood to help, possibly. 55 through 3 in the third. 2 for 1 special for Gingras. This time he gets it. 36 in the ball through 4.
Negative body language, but if Mark's chain, that could change.
Boudreau with the wood. Grabs 3. 1 in the 4.
Interesting. Although I do think that wood behind the 5 wasn't going to cover the 10, so I don't blame him for trying to leverage that.
Nine. 64 through 4. And he's having a big bounce back this year, too.
Again, if you make the Pro Series singles a limb cut on a broken pair of shoes, that's pretty good. House shoes in that case.
Moose on lane 16. Right in the pocket, he gets 9. Layup chance with a 4-pin. Eric Pelletier gets 8, 2, 7, mini split. Both not on marks. Eric 18, Joe 17 through 2. Now is a spare. 27 the ball through 3.
Top 2 are starting to fire away.
Eric missed left, leads up the 2.
Someone yelled hurry at that piece of wood like a curling rock.
Pelletier 9, 27 through 3. You ever done curling before, Greg?
No, never. Great game, virtually chess on ice.
Moose leans in, fires away.
Yeah.
4-2 split. Fireball, Eric Pelletier crossing over. 7, 9, 10.
Moose really cleans the ball in his hands. Kind of reminds me of Justin Waters.
Not a good piece of wood, but some wood's better than no wood.
Yeah. That Chris Boisvert is talking about the shot here. That's a load of rubbish.
Chris is trying to bait me into swearing.
So
not going
much.
to have it, Chris. Oh, what a shot!
That's even more bullshit.
That is absolutely ridiculous.
Say it even more.
An absolute piece of manure.
This
I
show is
completely
rated-
agree, Chris.
This show is rated PG, no pun intended.
7 bucks for DeAlmeida. And that's out of the channel. That'll be 9 for Pelletier if anyone saw that.
Dave Barber's trying to make it rated R here.
Say the word, Paul.
Hey, if I can't say the LD word, I can't say that.
Blame.
They said
YouTube.
bull, you know what? But I'm not going to say it. Guys having a lot of fun here. Always fun when you have 100 pins, right?
Exeter's having a great time at the moment.
Back to live action. Greg, take over a couple of boxes, please.
You got it. $5 Phil for Shiner on that. Phil is high for Surette. Remember, he's cooking a big series. It is 9 and a 37 pair. That's a good crack at that, and Shiner can't get the 7 to go. Surette, ooh, just in front of the 10. Still 7 boxes to go after this to pick the mark. Shiner picks a stick, that's 10, perfect 3. 35 through 3. Surette gets that one, he's perfect as well. 47 through 3. We're having a lot of joke about lemon drop. Well, they've said lemon drop, we'll say it as well.
I would pay $1 to hear that right there every single time. Well, that guy should have thrown a better ball.
Shiner. Here's Surette. Got on the head pin. Threw a pretty good ball there. He's got a 3-pinner. The 2, 4, and 7.
Having a good old time with Exeter Lanes.
PG-13.
The running joke is they should have thrown a better ball or something like that.
PG-13, sorry.
They want me to say the BS word.
Oh, no. Baby split? Oh, that's a spare. Right. Shiner threw an 8 box. I think Surette could have thrown the ball better there.
That was a bull spare.
Ah. all right. Dave Barber, 19 and a ball. Gingras, 16.
I got to get some sleep tonight. Got the women's doubleheader tomorrow, 1 and 3. Triple header on Sunday.
41 marks to 35.
Go back to Greg Gouillart.
Barber's got 6. He's again splitting. A big amount of splits. 1, 8, 10 goes for Logan. That's a good spare pickup there. And Barber picks that up in response. The marks piling in. Again, Exeter's got 9 marks to 4. Not again, I'll tell you now. 9 marks to 4 for Exeter. Jonathan Boudreau could feasibly get up to 400, but he would need a lot of marks in a hurry. Logan straight down the middle, right as he was trying to get momentum going. Barber gets a hay bale. He's still yet to get a bona fide leave on the headpin for the past several knocks, despite impeccable accuracy. 5. Actually, Barber has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 headpin hits. and none of them have been a bona fide spare leave. But that goes. Hay bale's not a terrible one, the Canadian bucket. By the way, help wanted, folks. Is bucket actually a widespread Canadian term, or did we hear it from one guy? Help us out here. $8 for Gingras, 36-4, bringing up Boisvert and Lyonnais. JT, remember, had that double strike in string number 1. Kick this off. One right here would be nice. He's got the head pin. He's going to take the 2, which isn't ideal. At least he has a piece of wood to support it. To load, Boisvert got 7. Make it 8. Lyonnais spun the wood. Neither corner carries, even though the 10 got tapped. Boisvert spares. That'll be nice and easy. Lyonnais 9. So 3 marks for all of Boudreau, Surette, Barber, and Boisvert still has a box to play against them all. Not that they're playing against each other. Lyonnais splits again. He's got the 9-10. He's now on a split streak, 3 straight. Chris Boisvert, head pin, the fill is high, it's 8. He's got 3 straight bona fide leaves. The wood was there for Lyonnais, he spares. And
Boisvert going for a spare.
Ooh, cherry picked it. What a bunch of baloney.
He thought it would be a brilliant shot.
Brilliant.
Too much money, Python. Brilliant. We're getting silly here. 9. Triple header Friday for me. Back to the top of the order. Paul Grant, Bob Lee, Greg Gouillart on Candlepin Bowling Network Friday Night Pro League Game of the Week.
Hey, we have breaking news, Paul. Billy Shiner has been drawn into the ACST. Danny Finn convinced him to join, and he will be bowling Dan Esdale on Sunday. He was just telling me. Fascinating.
Watch out, ACST. The Shiner is coming.
An injured player. Yeah, Esdale. That'll be on Sunday.
All right, Greg, thanks for the commentary. Richard Gingras Jr. on a spare, 36 in the ball. Jonathan Boudreau, 64-4. Pounds the strike zone with a spread eagle. Remember, made this earlier in the first string. Almost pulled his team back from a 65-pin deficit or so. Lost by 14.
Oh, that's a...
Gingras, the wobble. 9 in the spare, 45-4. Here in the third. Boudreau on the object won't carry.
19 boxes can erase the deficit in a hurry. He did miss a single in the third, but made it in the fourth.
Extra control the match. Central try to get the string. Spare.
Got his singles practice in.
5's a wow. 55-5 in a ball for Gingras Jr. Boudreau a 7. 71 half. He's not happy about that 7
Yeah,
bucks.
especially when you get a 9 fill and you oppose it with a 7. There's still a hill to climb, but it's lesser now.
Back in the pocket, 6. Decent wood behind the 2, 4, 7, 6 to the right.
Now Boudreau's got 4 splits and 6 boxes.
Gingras just missed right. 5 on the spare. 60 half. He had a 142 in the first. Jonathan trying to kick it over. Just missed. Not by much. Gingras chops out 2. 179.
3 lonely islands for the pinning.
The skipper, Marianne. Jonathan, 8. You're
If you say so.
You know, you're too young to know Gilligan's Island. Boudreau, 8. 79-6. Gingras, a 9. Richard Jr., 69-6 on Candlepin Bowling Network. Greg, how can they get Candlepin Bowling Network?
You found it. It can't be that hard. Candlepin Bowling Network is available on Facebook and YouTube. Remember, we have presence there, and sometimes we put news in one, streams in one. And so please make sure to follow us in both places so you're always in the know about the latest bowling content.
And let your friends and family know about this great game of Candlepin Bowling as well. Pelletier, half Worcester Moose, reverse triangle. Eric, good bid, 5 in the 7. Moose for a spare.
Aha!
He got it!
You know, I just was thinking I had an irresistible urge to call that the boomerang,
Brilliant!
and the pin did come back. The box is 9. Pelletier's got 45 half. Yeah, gap's closing in a bit. 51 now. There are still 22 boxes to play. Plenty of time for that deficit to be erased. Plus, what if the fills fizzle?
What a great ball he throws. Pelletier for a strike. He's got it!
Aha!
10 go down to the heartbeat. 65. Make it 55 plus 2. Moose, 9.
Whoa.
Kingpin, it's the 5 on the spare. 57 half to 55.
Huh? You're all pointing. Yes.
For a spare. He got it.
Yeah. So Bob remarks something interesting, that as Moose goes to deliver the ball, he also sort of like tosses the ball up just ever so slightly much. Almost like, now begs the question, how do you get a consistent grip out of that? But hey, it works.
Hey, at least you could say he's elevating his game.
Ah.
Surette. 6-10 spare chance on the spare. 65 through 4. China drills 9. Like Bob just alluded to, back in the now joining the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour, placing the twister, Scott Douglas.
Oh!
Surette
Wait.
gets robbed, and the wood blocks the ball. And China in the channel.
Missed chance there.
Jeff in the great chance for 400 now. 9. 74 half. China, for the first time tonight, the Paul Grant Special. Missed the second, make the third. Greg Gouillart, is it ever a good time for that?
Mm-mm.
Unless I'm bowling you, of course, which I can't bowl anymore. 53 half. One and done, as Bob Lee would like to say.
Not gonna say that.
Extra 49 in the game. Have the match
Yeah.
pretty much wrapped up. It's a question of 6 or 8 points.
Oh!
Surette, 5 in the 10. We can use that wood.
Remember, Surette can pin out 391.
China strike bid 8. 9 left, 10 right on lane 15. Back to 16. Surette for a spare. No.
Just no way. The left side of that wood was just the left side of the 5-pin rather was completely obscured,
China, good offer. Not accepted.
and that wood was just misaligned. Maybe the right tip in a dream world could have taken it for Billy.
Jeff gets a 10 box, 84 through 6. And what's that put as China gets a 9, 62 through 6? What does Jeff have currently with the 84 total?
He's working towards 391, so 351 and pins down.
Okay, so 2 marks would help.
By the way, one last comment. Billy Shiner Sr., we'll see more of him in the ACST.
Yeah, we
He's
just talked about that.
substituted in.
Yeah, we just talked with Bob Lee about that when you were getting the score check.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Let me know if I do that. Sorry.
that's okay. You didn't know. Plus, people are tuning in and out different times anyway, so.
Oh, brother.
Big plug for the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour. What a great job Danny Finn has done running the league.
What in the world does Dave do to get a good leave? Good
Logan,
pinning.
3-6-10. Dave has the 3-6-10 with the ball to go.
Logan really needs to make this shot to give his team a chance.
They're down 54 in the string. Up 2-1 in marks. Just missed right. Dave, pro 10 on the Eagle. 64 through 5. Gingras wide left for a 9. Just a bit outside.
Yeah,
45 half.
tempo's quickened up. That's going to happen, unfortunately. It's an absolute party atmosphere here for the visitors. Can't let that phase you.
Barber pounds the strike zone, only 6. 2, 7, 8, 10. Gingras head pin, a 2-1 split. Featuring the 3-6 right, the 4 on the left. Getting frustrated.
That's now 12 straight head pin hits for Barber without a really good head pin lead.
Good bid.
That wasn't bad.
Pin falls down from the heavens. Can't reach the 10. Gingras, good bid there. Won't go. Ooh. A for effort. Dave doinks it for 9, 73 through 6. Logan Gingras, 10, 55 through 6 on Candlepin Bowling Network. Hey, Bob, talk about the money match tomorrow night with Justin Scally and Bob Lee in the call.
Well, it will be our 10th, and each of the bowlers put up $500, and the owner, Rob Ficaro Sr., is going to be also putting up $500 for a $2,500 match. Imagine that it's $25,000 have been bowled for in 10 matches. As Chris Boisvert finds the 3-pin.
JT Spear is 6, so 45 through 4, back to Bob Lee.
Yeah, and we're going to get our first look. All the other bowlers, Baker and of course Mark Carrier and Mark Weber are going to be defending their championship. And it'll be our first look at Craig Holbrook in a money match with Sean Baker. I don't know who's the favorite, but certainly the more famous bowlers would be Baker and Holbrook, and Canada defended by 2 of their best, maybe 2 of the 3 best from Canada.
Both 10 boxes. And Mark Carey, Mark Weber played an epic ACST main final, 686-685, a must-see match, a match of a generation on Candlepin Bowling Network. Now they join forces to go for the repeat with Justin Scally, Bob Lee tomorrow, 5 o'clock live on Candlepin Bowling Network, recorded just in case, uploaded to YouTube later on that night.
So there's Chris Boisvert back on the head pin, but he leaves the diamond. JT Lyonnais in through the 3-hole, and I'm going to hand this back over.
Okay, thanks, Bob Lee.
By the way, a great out for JT Lyonnais on that last one, the 1-7 into the 8.
All that for a 10. Nice shot, spare for Boisvert. 75 in the ball.
Oh, ringing 6 for Lyonnais.
JT left for a 9.
Bob mentions the head pin trip, the front pin trip, the back one.
64 through 6. 4 blocks to go for each bowler. Winding down here on the 3rd and final string of the match. The Friday Night Pro League Game of the Week every Friday night on YouTube and on Facebook.
So we're waiting for Central 1 to give us a reason to believe that we can swing the courses, because right now Exeter is still continuing their charge through, despite the fact Dave Barber is getting completely hosed on the head pin, despite being rock solid on it. Remember, Jeff Surette is closest to the 400. He can pin out 391. Furthest along on Central 1 side is Richard Gingras, who's got a couple spares that can now pin out 368. He's still in range for 400. So is Jonathan Boudreau, 361 he can pin out.
Back to the top of the order, Richard Gingras Jr. subbing in, having a decent night, I would say. 142 first. Greg, what was the second string again?
Gingras had 142 and 117.
Not too bad, over average. Well over in the first. Dealing with the 4 string right, the 1-3-6-10. Johns Boudreau hooks left, gets the 4-7-8. He's at 79 through 6. Gingras 69 through 6.
Gingras had that chain of 9 drops, losing the range a little bit now, but if he can run it down.
Gingras for a spare, chops out the 3. Boudreau goes right after going left, and has the 1 and 9. The team's up 49 in the string. Big in the match. Gingras 8, 77 through 7.
Tried to take the safe way out to get the pair of pins.
Everybody says pick the number in the lottery. That's not a good high payout anyway. You pick 3 numbers like 777. You never win much money if you do get it.
Yeah, you don't want to share.
As Boudreau gets a 10, 89 through 7.
Just like Pete Crawford Jr. has to split the triple strike pool.
I know.
With himself.
He'll be beside himself. Like that Weird Al Yankovic song.
I guess he has to cash 2 checks now. Pity.
Like that Weird Al Yankovic song. Makes fun of Tiffany's. I think I'm alone now. I think I'm a clone now.
Yeah. Although Treasurer Joe Tavernese will probably find a way to consolidate that payment.
wonder if he gets double taxed on it.
Oh, yeah, we are kind of publicizing this income, aren't we?
We'll put a zip on that. Boudreau at the clip wing eagle. Grabs 2. Richard looking for 3 here at least. And does so for a 9, 86-8 here in the third at CPL, Central Park Lanes, East Boston, Mass.
Yeah, again, let's take a look here. First of all, Boudreau gets 8. Yeah, basically losing a pin per open frame in the American sense, American Open. So, but maybe there's not a lot of intrigue in it in this particular match, but one thing's for sure, if you can't pin, you can't join these guys up here. That's for certain.
Exeter's up Hawaii 5-0 here in the third.
See if he tosses that ball up again. Whoop. Yep.
Moose on a spare. Eric Pelletier on a strike. Moose has Phil is 6. 73-6. Eric for double. Will it go? Yes!
Ooh.
Double strike. Wow!
About a matter of time. Exeter is 13 strikes to Central 1-6. The double was almost overdue.
Moose open with number 1.
Recall JT Lyonnais has one earlier from string 1.
Moose a 9, 82-7. He had a 130 in the first.
That does put Pelletier in shouting distance for a 400 as well. He needs a lot more help to do that, but that's now on the table again with that double.
Moose 1-3-5-10 for a triple. Ooh. 7. That looked good, didn't it?
That would have been the express route there. A bunch of bunk.
Yep. The B-U-L-L.
How do you come up with anything other than that function?
Yeah. Now we're feeling a bit bearish on this leave, the 6-7-9.
He wants to say it's so bad, too. He does. He's holding it.
Pelletier
8 on the second one.
up to 90-7. Moose grabs 2 for 9, 91-8. Eric in 8 box. The power of the double strike, 98. 98-8 here in the third.
All right, Jeff Surette looking for 391. Let's flip back to camera 1. There was some glitching.
Chris Boisvert, you work for WBS.
That ball right there is a lot of bull cucka. I'm saying right now because this is PG-13 or 12 or whatever it is, but Greg is dying to swear. I know he is. He is dying. On
The heck I'm not.
to swear. He really is. He saw that ball and he went, "Oh, that."
You shut your gosh darn mouth.
We're not taking the bait here. We're trying to stay in the air.
He's trying so hard. Bob Lee over there is dying laughing. Like I feel sorry for the guy.
Billy
because
Shiner,
he really wants
spare
to say,
chance.
But he really wants to say Greg say.
Shiner spares.
He really wants to see Greg say. I'm telling you right now, he does. He really does.
Surette's turn.
Oh, you gotta try harder than that.
9 bucks.
So that does mean Surette now needs 2 marks to get to that 400. He's got 3 boxes remaining with which to do it.
I told him if he gets a 400, he has to do an interview. I think that's why he's tanking it on purpose. That means let's talk to Chris Boisvert instead for the interview.
I'm going to have to rustle a microphone very quickly if we're going to do that.
I bet you he's going to get a 399 just to get me. 2 for Shiner. On the spare, 74-7. Surette, a diamond. Team in command of the string have the match won. Billy Shiner, 4-10. Not wrong. Not a bad shot. That second ball. Surette for a spare. He got it. Interview still pending. 103 in the ball through 8.
8 bucks.
8 for Shiner Senior. 82-3. His brother here watching on hand. Turn over to Greg Gouillart here just for a moment. We'll keep you alive for now. We'll get back to Greg in just a moment. Rich's team needs a big, Logan Gingras' team needs a big spark. Triangle 2-4-5. 55 coming in. Dave Barber 73 through 6. A spread eagle split. He says he quits.
I mean, 13 straight splits and nonsense. Unreal.
Bunch malarkey, he said. Gingras for a spare, missed right, not his night. But give this kid a couple years. Every promising young bowler, Logan Gingras out of Exeter Lanes, Shooter Sports Pub, Exeter, New Hampshire.
Ball tailed away on that 2-pin. He gave such a smirk to the camera just then. Gingras 10.
65 through 7 here in the final string of the match.
He's got nothing lower than 9, though. I mean,
Barber, 9.
Barber's
82 through
hamming
7.
up his bad luck, but he's pinning well.
Well, Bob Lee did a study a few years ago, right? And I think it's 47% of the time when you head pin results in a spare or strike for the average pro bowler. Doesn't seem like it sometimes, obviously, but in the long run, it's a good thing.
There goes the head pin streak. It was 13th straight, I reiterate.
And speaking of money matches, we're going to talk about the main men's money match 9 coming up next weekend. Gingras open. Barber is also another split, but didn't have the head pin that first ball. Got it on the second. Logan, 10 bucks. 75 through 8. Barber, nice 9. 91 through 8. The main men's money match 9. Facebook, later on YouTube, Candlepin Bowling Network. Next Saturday, December 9th, 11 o'clock start. Defending champions Jeff Lapierre, Mark Webber going for number 7 in a row. Taking on Dom Drake and Richard Beveridge Jr., who has a 441 perfect 3 strings.
Yes, that's right. No pins left standing in 3 strings.
How many balls can say that? I'm sure there's been a few. JT 7, Boisvert's on a bonus. Takes down 7, 136. Going for another one, 82 through 6. Team trying to put it away. Looking good for 6 points after dropping the first, 600 to 586. Been pounding the strike zone since, literally. Boisvert grabs 2 of the 3. JT Lyonnais, 8, 72 through 7. Chris gets a 10 box, 92 through 7 on Candlepin Bowling Network.
Boisvert's only left the 1 pin standing in this string.
JT goes left, 1-3 in front, 4-7 left. Winding down here in the match. Boisvert, right in the pocket, a diamond.
Before I scuttle off for a score check, I'll just point out that Jeff Surette on 390, if he gets 10s, would be the closest to 400 at this point. I mentioned other remote possibilities, but that's pretty much out of play.
Remote possibilities live, in person.
Well, it's in the miracle zone of possibilities.
That's a 10 for Justin Lyonnais. JT 82 through 8. Bowls in all tournaments to get better and better, and he has. Boisvert 9, 101 through 8. Back to the top of the order. Final 2 boxes for each bowler from Central Park Lanes, East Boston, Mass. Week 12 of 35. The Friday Night Pro League Game of the Week on Candlepin Bowling Network with Greg Gouillart, Bob Lee, and Paul Grant. Great to be with you again. Back at it next Friday night between 7:30 and 8 o'clock. Teams to be determined later on. Let's bring in Bob Lee just for a moment. As bowlers switch sides.
That's right, Paul. I've just been I'm just watching the technique on the bowlers and noticing that Chris Boisvert and Dave Barber are among the only ones that are throwing 4 steps instead of 3. 3 is the norm. For I mean, there's no one style, but seeing let's watch Jonathan here. Look at him from the side. I think Jonathan may be taking a half step. I think that's 3.5 steps, maybe a fourth step as well. Gingras, 1, 2, 3. Yep, absolutely. You know, for a lot of league bowlers, you should take note also of how they take the ball back.
There's a spare.
Beautiful spare. Beautiful spare.
107 the ball through 9 here in the 5th. Bob?
Jonathan, one of the great students of the game.
Absolutely.
And also one of the great teachers.
He's a teacher as well.
Yeah, he gave me a lesson last night. I threw 7 spares in a row for the first time in my career. You know,
then what happened?
Yeah, downstairs. Well, you know, I sandwiched around an 86 and a 106, but it showed. You know, I was like, wait, this is too easy. The way the way he talked about it, the way his rhythm. Let's watch his rhythm. It's fast, but it is. He starts slower and finishes faster, and that's the key to his delivery. You can't go from 0 to 70 miles an hour.
Richard goes from 0 to 9 in that first ball.
Yeah. Without hitting all the numbers in between.
Boudreau for a spare up the wall. No. So you can go to Jonathan Boudreau University, huh, Bud?
That's right. One of the other things Jonathan talked about with me was look at his eyes. His eyes are ahead. He's looking at the pin. Now I can't do that. You know, I have to look down at where the ball's going to land. But he says that when he made the transition from being a spot bowler, looking at an arrow to seeing the pins, that's when his game really took off, when he was in his teens.
Okay, Greg, an update on the bowlers' first scores there in the 3rd string and the total for the 3.
So Boudreau got a 123 for a 365. And Rich Gingras 104 for a 363.
121 average filling in. Average 115 last time.
Yeah, Richard almost beat his man.
Eric Pelletier 247. Moose 138. Not the 3.
But hey, you come off the bench and you hold your own against Jonathan Boudreau.
Eric at 9.
And a 9.
Let's talk to Bob Lee about Joe Moose's approach here, too. A very interesting approach. Bob?
All right, well, we're watching Eric Pelletier and Moose DeAlmeida. I'm going to show you the side view. But I want you to focus on is Moose. Watch what he has this routine. Flips the ball up, takes a hop, so you can see the hop from behind, but what he's doing in front is he's actually tossing the ball up. It's the key to start his motion. Oh, beauty bid for Pelletier. Oh, missed it there. Sorry about that. We get one more look at a Moose ball. There he is. He rubs it, and then there's the toss, and then he's off. And he's off. Nice pickup for the 10.
Hop, skip, and a 10.
The 1-7-10.
That's right. The Augusta Main Special. Speaking of Mark Carrier, tomorrow night's money match with Justin Skelly and Bob Lee in the call with Mark Weber against Sean Baker and Craig Holbrook. That'd be a good one. 5 o'clock live on Candlepin Bowling Network after the ladies. Candlepin for Cancer rounds 3 and 4 at Riverwalk Lanes on Facebook, 1 and 3. Surette, 400 alert, 7 to fill, 110 through 8.
All right, he needs one more mark for 400, basically.
Sean at 82-3, gets 82 through 8 coming in, gets 3. Surette for a spare. He got it!
There we go. Maybe. Has to be filled.
120 in the ball. China just missed the 7.
Not a few of those bounce backs.
So what's the magic number for Jet to get to 400?
Surette needs a 3 fill and a 10 box is the bare minimum.
All right.
Shiner's 10, 92 through 9. So
needs a 127, is it? 126?
Yep. That's correct.
126 or 127?
133, really.
Okay, that's right, 133.
There we go.
8. That'll put him in the 400 club.
Confirmed 400.
Get the microphone ready. Shauna drills 9. A pin for a spare.
I mean, if he wants to.
Exeter is going to win 6 points.
Oh,
another
yeah.
spare. 3 in a row.
Oh, yes.
138 in the ball in the 10th. Missed a 400.
That's a
Shauna
spare.
picks up spare.
And to think I was worried about that 400. Never a doubt. 138 in a ball. His highest strings of 130, 137. What is happening here? What is that? Careful of rustling that microphone.
Bonus is 7. 145. Final string for Jeff Surette. Shiner drills 9 in the spare.
Good
Nice finish. 111. What's Jeff's final score for?
Billy Shiner got 315, which is up from last week. Jeff Surette, 412.
Wow.
Dave Barber and Logan Gingras.
Dave Barber, spread eagle, another split. And Logan matches it.
The day he gets a 9 drop. It's going to be quite the shock. Gingras said, I want to break 100. I won't.
Barber trying to work out of it. Good bid. Gingras' turn. Same spot. He's on the head pin at least. Could say.
Yeah.
Barber 9.
He's not taking it as well, to be fair. I wouldn't be
100 to
either.
9. Logan a 6 box. 81 through 9. It's been a grind all night. The 25-year-old.
I think Dave will be quite happy with this video evidence about how robbed he's gotten throughout. Oh my God, he's got a real leave.
5-8 but wood could be a problem.
Oh, of course it is.
Gingras has a check mark.
Check mark can go.
Barber won't go.
I guess he did get robbed after all.
Doesn't need it, obviously. Logan missed right. That kind of a night. Barber 10 box. 110 final string. Logan Gingras 9. Disappointing 90. Third string totals, Greg, for those two bowlers.
Dave Barber 344, Logan 297.
Logan's been terrific in the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour. Now in Class A, after being the number 6 seed 2 seasons ago, and last season the number 1 seed. Joe Moose DeAlmeida, his teammate, knocked him out in the conference finals. A thriller down to the wire at Candlepin Bowling Network. Final 2 boxes, Chris Boisvert, 101 through 8. Justin Lonnie is 82 through 8. Exeter's going to take 6 points, commanding, dominating win since the first string loss by 14. Won by 100 even the second, right, Greg?
Yep, that's right.
Up 99 here. And over 600 again. Over missed that chance. Not an easy one. Over 600 now. JT spare. 92 in a ball in the 9th. Trying to finish up strong. Thank you for watching this great game of Candlepin Bowling. Share with your friends and family. Invite them to bowl Candlepin Bowling. Nothing like it. A sport for all ages. Chris a 9. 110 through 9. We'll try to talk to one of the bowlers if we can before we sign off. Chris Boisvert, possibly. Boisvert, 3 in the 7. JT on the bonus. 4. 96 through 9. Final box of the match from Central Park Lanes, East Boston, Mass. On Candlepin Bowling Network. A wood check here as Jeff Surette will check lane 16.
That's the worst when you have to go out and check it at this point.
Dominating performance for Exeter Lane's number 1 seed, showing why they're a force to be reckoned with this year. In the finals last year also.
I guess it was out.
Jeff playing a little shuffleboard there.
Oh, it kind of reminds me of bar billiards, which is a United Kingdom game where you got Skittles on the felt. Got to plan your shot around it. It's a game of billiards, basically. Naturally.
Tough leave. Field goal. Just missed inside. JT trying to pick it up. 1-3-6. Final ball of the match.
Hope it's a better ball.
Boisvert did make Jeff's trip worth it. Missed it both times for an 118 final string. JT at 9. 105 final string. The final score in the update from Greg Gouillart.
Yeah, it's good anchoring from Lyonnais. He got 343. Chris Boisvert likewise 350. Here you go. Here's the scores on your screen. I'm going to fuss with tech, I think.
No, we're not going to do an interview today, Greg. No interviews tonight, so we're going to cut it off here. Just give us a rundown of all the scores,
Sounds
Greg,
good.
and we'll wrap it up.
Here we go. So, just a sec, please. 1839 to 1660. Exeter takes the final 2 match points for total and 2 match points for string 3 to make it 6-2 in the standings. That'll put them surely even firmer in first place. And here are the totals. 412 for Jeff Surette. Eric Pelletier, 368. Boudreau, 365. Richard Gingras off the bench, 363. And there you have it, folks. On behalf of Bob Lee, on behalf of Paul Grant, my name is Greg Gouillart. Thank you very much for watching this presentation of Candlepin Bowling Network. And until next time, so long.